Okay, my idea here is to introduce metric to metric conversions or review metric to metric conversions for adults based on something that by warming up with something that we're relatively familiar with, okay? And that is following a highway map to get from one town to another. Now, when I was a younger person, I had to drive US 40 on a regular basis in eastern Indiana. I accessed it through State Road 3 from the south and got on at the town of Dunreath. As far as I was concerned, Dunreath was the center of US 40 in my experience. I went as far east as Richmond. I went as far west is Greenfield. At Greenfield, if I had to go further, I went north and hit the interstate. Okay? That's usually what I did if I went to Richmond as well. If I went east, I hit the interstate. So anyway, if I was facing north, which is what road maps are generally oriented towards, if I wanted to go from Charlottesville to Louisville, I would go 2 towns to the right, or right 2 towns. Right, Charlottesville to Louisville is to the right, and it's 2 towns over. Right, 2 towns. If I wanted to go from Dublin to Dunreath, it would be left, facing north, left. So left 3. So left 1, 2, 3 towns. All right. I am going to pause here and put something else on the board. Okay. Now, I have put what I call, analogously, the Great Metric Highway here. Which is not a real physical highway, it's a teaching aid. Okay? And instead of towns, we have metric units. We have metric places. Instead of cars, we drive decimal points. So let me go back to US 40 to make my point by doing these examples again, and then I'm going to go ahead and come down here and do these first 2 metric problems. So, if I'm looking at a standard road map which faces north, if I wanted to go from Charlottesville to Louisville, from Charlottesville to Louisville, it's right 1, 2 towns. Right 2 towns. Okay? Now, if I'm going from Dublin to Dunreath, I am going left. I'm going to have to turn left and go over 1, 2, 3 towns. Okay? Now, transferring this to the Great Metric Highway. All right? Convert 4.6 decaliters to deciliters. Well, we are currently in deca. We're going to deci, which is 2 places right. 2 places. So I'm going to reverse this and tell the direction first. Okay, so it is from deca to deci is 1, 2. 2 places to the right. Okay, or another way to put it, which is what I said I was going to do, is to the right. Here I am at deca, 1, 2 places. Right, 2 places. So I have 4.6. I'm going to go over 1, 2 places. Okay, so that's 4, 6, and an empty hump points me to a 0. So 4.6 decaliters equals 460 deciliters. Please notice the difference in between the prefixes for DESA and DECA. DECA is 10 DA, and this is based on a tenth, or 60, with a lowercase d. Okay? Next, I have 8.3 milligrams to grams. So, to get from milli to the standard unit, it's left starting in milli, 1, 2, 3 places. Left 3 places. So I have 8.3, 1, 2, 3. So I have my 8, I have my 3, empty hump points me to a 0, empty hump points me to a 0. I'm going to put a decimal point before all that, and I'll put a decimal 0 before that decimal point as well. So, 8.3 milligrams equals 0.0083 grams. All right, I'm going to pause here to clear the board and move this up. Okay, I've got 4 more here. Okay, do. This is 69. This is 69.0. If you don't see it, if you see an integer, stick a decimal point and a 0 after it if you don't know what to do with it. So we are at hecto. We are trying to get to deca. Okay, so we're at hecto. Deca is 1, and we're going over 69.0 hectograms, and we're going to go over to the right 1 place. Right 1 place. So, move the decimal point over. We have 690 decagrams. Decagrams. All right, same idea here. 85 millimeters is equivalent to 85.0, and it is millimeters. Okay, and we are currently at milli. We want to get to the standard unit. So we're going to go over 1, 2, 3 places to the left. Left, 1, 2, 3 places. Left, 3 places. So, 1, 2, 3. 85, 0, decimal point, another 0. That extra 0 is usually unnecessary. Meters. This one. We are currently at the standard unit. Liters. Sometimes it's uppercase, sometimes it's lowercase. Okay? So, we're currently at the standard unit, and we're going to deca. That is left 1 place. Left 1 place. So I have 29.7. I'm going left 1 place, so that's 2.97 decaliters. DAL, or 2.97 DA. I could have used the lowercase version or the uppercase version. This one, we're at 18.0, and we are going from the standard unit to DESA. That's 1 place right. One place right. So I have 180 deciliters or 180 dm, lowercase. Okay, you have multiple options when it comes to labeling the volume. All right, I'll put up a couple more. Okay, here's a couple more. So this one, do. We're converting 2.7358 meters to centimeters. So we are at the standard unit meter. We're going to centa. That's to the right. Go right. 1, 2 places. So 2.7358 meters equals 273.58 centimeters. This one, we again are currently at the standard unit. Okay? We're going from the standard unit to kilo. That is left, go left, 1, 2, 3 places. Which means this 0.043 grams is actually going to get less because we're going to go over 1, 2, 3 places. We have the 0.43 that we had before, and then that 0, another 0, another 0, decimal point, and that's our kilograms.